name is Mrs. Catherine Maduike, born in Nigeria. Although my parents hail from the eastern part of Nigeria, Owerri, but I was born in Lagos. I was born and bred in Lagos. I attended school in Lagos, my primary and secondary school, before coming to England. My husband I met through his cousin, who was my classmate. He used to teach us maths, and I got to know him from then. And we continued to communicate when he came to England.
My name is Mr. Celestine Maduike. I was born on the 7th of May, 1940. And I came to England on the 21st of March, 1962. Before I came to England, I was a teacher in a primary school. Then I left the teaching and went to a Baden teaching hospital where I did my training as a psychiatric nurse. And that led me to work at Arrow Hospital at Abeokuta. And from there, opportunities came out for me to come to England. My sister.
Your cousin.
Or cousin. I call her sister. When I went to Lagos, I was teaching her maths and with some other relations. And one of the students who joined in my maths lesson was my wife. She came and joined in that lesson. So that was when I even started putting my eyes on her, but without letting her know or without telling anybody my feelings. But when I was going to England, I had it in my mind, I must bring this girl over to England. I will marry her.
And then I used to quarrel with his cousin, this very cousin. She was my classmate. He said, my cousin said he likes you. I said, so what? Just because he taught us this math. Because I needed to learn, this is something we are doing in the school, and he was helping. Now you want me to? No. So anyway, he went away after that holiday period, which he helped us. He kept reaching out for me, writing letters from Abeokuta, But I didn't take it as serious as. But when I realized I want to go to England to go and do nursing, I said, I know somebody who has gone to England. So
that was a shortcut for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, very shortcut. So I told him, corresponded. I said, I wanted to be an air hostess, but my father is not agreeing, and they said I could do nursing. I said, you said you are doing nursing. Is there any way you can help? He said, well, are you going to marry me? He said, because I've been telling you this and you've been putting it off. I thought, well, yeah.
You don't lose anything.
No.
You gain twice.
I gain double.
The first thing I noticed was the houses were not painted, they were bricks. I had the impression that these people, their houses are not completed, it's not even whitewashed. And the weather was cold, I was shivering cold. And the friends I met, I knew from Nigeria who came before me, told me more about the place and told me how to get on and told me what type of clothes I should buy, like winter coats, sweaters, and I took their advice and gradually settled.
It was snowing on the day I came. I was sitting on an aeroplane with a girl from Scotland, and their accent was very difficult for me to understand. We came down, and these flakes were falling all over me. I had no coat, just dressed in my African attire. And I go, what's this? And then she said, it's snowing. It's snowing. So I said, what is it snowing? So she looked at me, she said, it's snowing. I didn't understand her. So we all made into the airport building. And my husband was waiting and brought a coat. Since he was here before me, he knew what I was going to face. So he brought me a winter coat. And we traveled by train to Stafford. On getting to Stafford, I was still very cold. I didn't want to go out. Wanted to stay indoors because there was no way I could go out in that cold. It doesn't matter the amount of coat I was wearing. And winter at that time was winter, not this what we have now. The most difficult aspect of it is when on the ward you are a black nurse. One, they don't know how to pronounce your name. And if you pronounce their own name wrong, they get angry. And that has happened to me. One time a patient got angry. I pronounced her name wrong. But she corrected me. I said, I'm sorry. In the presence of all the other patients and some of the nurses. But she didn't leave it there. When the matron came to do a ward round, I was the one taking the matron round. I got to her again. She complained to the matron that I did not know how to pronounce her name and that she's not happy. At this time, me being me, I said, but I've said I'm sorry. And it won't happen again. She said, but that's not fair though. You don't go about mocking people's name or making fun of people's name. So then I flared up. I said, listen, you don't know how to say my own name. You don't even call me by my name. You call me Little Black Nurse. I said, in this world, I am not the smallest. I'm not the shortest. If I look around, I said, I think I'm the tallest among my classmates. But you call me Little Black Nurse, and I haven't taken offense. Then the matron called me to the office and said, no, Nurse Maduike, you should not talk to patients like that. I said, and excuse me, Miss Liz, you don't know how to pronounce my name. I said, and until you all know how to pronounce my name, I will not go on apologizing again.
What's the name that was so difficult for you to pronounce?
Mrs. Fairclough. Yeah. I called it Mrs. Fairclough.
Fairclough. Fairclough.
So you are the person who caused the problem, or then?
I did, but it was not deliberate. It was what I could pronounce. Because all the words that are in the letter to pronounce her name, I didn't know that there were some I should not pronounce. After that day, I was adamant that I will not be called any other way than the right way. I said, Nurse Maduike, if you cannot pronounce it, don't blame me for not pronouncing yours right, because we're all human beings.
Did things change?
Yes. The matron apologized immediately because she knew I was right. I said, every one of you, from the top to the bottom, call me midweek, my donkey, Mamaduke. No, they are not my name. But I accept it because I know that it is hard for you to pronounce African names. And so it is hard for me to pronounce most of the English names. It's not my first language.
But why did you accept all of those abuses?
I wanted to become a nurse.
We have 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. Our first daughter is a solicitor. The second one is
He works in human resources.
Human resources.
With the London's council.
Yeah, Colin, the son, is IT consultant, self-employed. The youngest daughter is a barrister.
No,
doesn't let things get him. That's why. He doesn't let anything get him. He turns everything into a joke. So even when he's being discriminated at, he takes it with a pinch of salt.
One day I was going to the bank in Stafford. Little child said, "Mommy, mommy, look at a black man, look at a black man." I went around to shake his hand. Little baby. How can anybody get angry for that?
I will.
Oh, a small child said, "Mommy, look at a black woman." You go and shake the hand. That wouldn't bother me.